Hey guys, what's going on? Today I'm going to be showing you a Salamangreat deck list. I'm also going to be covering some ban list predictions for the deck, because I know the ban list is coming soon. We could probably expect it within the next 2-3 weeks maybe. So Salamangreat is a deck that's been doing really well over the Nats and WCQ season, so I feel like a hit would be appropriate for the deck. I don't think they'll slaughter it in any way, but I do feel like it does need a check. So today I'm going to be showing you a deck profile with the main, extra and sides, and then I'm going to go through at the end some predictions for the July ban list. So to start things off, we'll go through a standard list. I think it's been quite consistent in this format. So we'll go straight into it, and so 40 cards. Most cards will look familiar, with a few exceptions of the ratio of hand traps and the ratio for the Salamangreat traps, but it's up to you guys how many you play, and obviously different lists that people have been doing really well with over the Nats and WCQ season, so I'll get straight into it. So obviously the 3 Gazelle. In my opinion, I don't think Gazelle will get hit. That's my opinion. I think if it gets to 1, it will hinder the deck to a great extent, but I don't feel like it will kill it. But I do not feel Salamangreat Gazelle will get hit, even though it is absolutely amazing. Probably the best starter card in the deck. I also play 3 Spinny. I know people cut to 2, but I feel like having Gazelle and Spinny in the opening hand is such a powerful starter. I feel like it's good at 3. Okay, so for the Salamangreat cards, we got the 3 Foxy. Foxy's a really good normal summon, and its spell and trap removal effect does come up quite often. And for the one-offs, we play the Fowl, the Jag, and the Falco, which is quite standard. I know a few people have been playing 2 of these, but I feel like the one-offs of the 3 are really good. And for the non-Salamangreat starter, play Lady Debug. I know people do play the Flame Buffalo. However, I feel like Lady Debug, even though it is fragile, I feel like it's full combo. So yeah, that's why we play the Debug instead of the Flame Buffalo. So we got onto the hand traps. So we play the 3 Phantasme with the 3 Ash Blossoms, 3 Effect Veiler, and then 2 opponents. So Phantasme is absolutely insane on the deck. I think it's probably the best deck to play in, even though in my opinion it's splashable on literally any deck, except for Sky Striker. Let me just change the camera a sec. So I feel like in Trickstar, Altergeist, the slower decks that can play Super Poly, I feel like they're best for Phantasme. I think Phantasme really thrive in decks that play hand traps too. So yeah, it's worth the investment, but I believe a reprint will be due early next year. So yeah, but it is worth the investment for Phantasme, because it comes up and it can change games. Also, the negate effect for the target is really good, especially against Sky Striker. So yeah, 3 Ash, which is quite standard, 3 Veiler, and the 2 Impermanents. So I think the ratio is quite nice here. You could play Ogre instead of the Impermanents, but I think Ogre is quite situational and only good against certain matchups. And then that is it for the monsters. And off the spells, we play the 3 Circle and the 2 Mining. So for the July ban list, I believe my prediction is that Circle will go to 1. I don't think that Gazelle will get hit. I think they'll take out some consistency and put Circle to 1, because it can search out your Falcos, your Fowls, anything. It's insanely good, and I feel like this card will get hit to 1 in the July ban list, and I feel like that will be the only hit, and it is, in my opinion, the correct hit. For the one-of spells, we play the Fusion of Fire, because One Punch Man is absolutely insane and it wins games. Will's really good, and the Sanctuary, of course, for the Incarnation summons. Also, we play 2 Twin Twister for our back row removal, and then the 3 Calls. So I don't play MSD or Galaxy Cyclone, just because I feel like discard can be profit sometimes, and get rid of 2 black row can be such a blowout for Sky Striker and any other back row deck, because Altergeist is quite prominent in the format now for some reason. Even I do believe it is a good deck, but it's just, it died for a bit, then come back, then died, and come back. So just to be sure, we play the 2 Twin Twister, because it can be quite a blowout when it comes off perfectly. So that is it for the spells, and then for the traps, we play 2 Raw and the Rage. I play 2 Raw purely because I use the set effects of the Reincarnation Summon quite often, and obviously when you use it, it banishes itself, so I think having 2 is quite nice. And then obviously the Rage is recurable off Wolf anyway, so I feel like this works best for me. But I know some people play the 2 Rage, or some people just cut this out and play the 1-1, but I feel like the 2-1 works quite well. So that is the main deck, 40 cards. So next we'll go on to the extra. So Balinx. So Balinx is a card that I was thinking about cutting to 2 for quite a while, but I think it's to be safe and to be sure in the grind game. 3 is it's just to be safe. Even though you could probably play with 2, I feel like for what it is in a grind game and stuff, it does help. So I think 3 is correct. Also, we play obviously the 3 Wolf. I think the deck's weird without Wolf. I locals before I got cherries on the Wolf, and it was such a weird game because you don't really think about how you play without Wolf. Even though the structure deck doesn't actually give you the Wolf, you feel like it is the best link monster in the deck. So yeah, Wolf. And then we play the 2 Heatleo, which is pretty standard. The shuffle, the back row effect, it comes up every game. And then obviously it helps for the OTK. For utility, play the Phoenix and the Heater, because Heater is broken in the mirror match. And then for the boss monster, I play Borrows. So I wasn't playing the boss monster for ages. Which might sound strange, purely because we play the One Punch Man. I didn't feel like we needed a boss monster, but Borrow's over Borrowsword, because the take is just, it can just get over most things, and obviously it can skew the game from there. So I think Borrowload is probably better in this deck over Borrowsword, in my opinion. So then we play the Mirage Stalio. I feel it's doable at 1. I think if it gets cold, maybe it can be an issue, but I was playing 2 for quite a while. But as you experience the deck and you become a bit of a better player with the deck, you feel like 1 is enough, as you can recur it off Jag. And obviously for the rank 4 play, you play the Abyss Dweller. No Tornado Dragon, just Abyss Dweller, because it's a blowout. And then for the fusions, we play the Super Poly Target, which we side. And obviously the Violet Chimera for the OTK One Punch Man. Okay, for the side. Obviously the side deck is dependent on your locals, the event, the format. So I'll just show you guys what I'm playing at the moment. So I think 3 Lancia, self-explanatory. 3 Pankratops, I know people cut to 2, but I think 3 is nice to have. The Paradox is the best card in time. So many times it does come up when you're doing a 7 to 8 round regional or a 4 to 5 round local, it will come up and it'll win you that game. Also for the side deck, we play 4 traps. I know this might sound overkill, but I like having the 3 anti-spell and the 1 Imperial Order. Not because of Sky Striker. Obviously it does help against Sky Striker, but I feel like Pendulum as well, it's really hard for them to out the anti-spell, because they have to have access to the Purple Poison or the Dragon Pit, so I feel like these cards can blow out Pendulum and Striker. And then we play the 3rd Twin Twister, the 2nd Fusion of Fire, because we play the 2 Super Poly. So I think 4 blowout cards against the mirror, it can help, they come up. Maybe cut one of these down for extra back row removal. I think at the moment it works nice. I've got quite a few standard mirrors at locals, so I like to have the blowout cards. So that is it for the side extra and the main. So I believe the July ban list will come in about 2 or 3 weeks, and the only hit I think will happen, this obviously is my opinion, is circle down to 1. I think Gazelle is quite safe at the moment, purely because I think the deck will struggle with 1. You'd have to be a lot careful. If it did, it could happen. It could happen. But I feel like Circle being a generic rotor for the deck is just way too strong, especially as we have Silent Mining, and the deck is fairly consistent by itself anyway. So If it were to go down to 1, I feel like Pot of Desires would be more common in the deck. Maybe people would play Upstart more. So yeah, I think it would hinder the deck, make it a bit more. And I say it's not fair, but it is a fair deck. But it's just done so well in the format. I think it's only going to get better. So yeah, so I feel like 1 Circle and Gazelle to be untouched. So that is my Salamangreat deck profile, which is quite standard. If you guys have any ideas or want to share some exceptions, put them in the comments, and I will see you guys soon. Hopefully have another video by the end of the week. So subscribe if you're new, and like the video if you did like the content, and I'll speak to you all soon. Take care guys, bye.